all right? And some people are giving me shit, saying, wow, Phil, so let me get this straight. You're playing a Sonic game, but you're not playing Pokemon. You're going to play a walking... Someone actually said this. You're going to play a walking simulator, but you're not going to play Pokemon. First of all, I hate to tell you, but Pokemon has way more walking than any other game I play. To even criticize another game and call it a walking simulator and then say, why are you playing that instead of Pokemon, is the most hypocritical, dumb thing I've ever heard anyone said at all. Like, seriously, I just scratched my head like, what in the holy hell are you talking about? That doesn't seem to make any sense to me. They would say such a thing. In addition, the Dark Pictures games are not walking simulators. You could say, okay, they're kind of like choose your own adventure games. That is true. They're more story based. But at the same time, they're not walking simulators. A walking simulator would be like Gone Home, right? We're just walking through a house, opening drawers, reading logs. That's definitely not what these games are. These games are very much like interactive horror movies. Very different from what you would consider a walking sim. I can't believe people would actually say that. It's like so ridiculous. It doesn't even make sense. Now, the other thing that also makes absolutely no sense that these criticisms aren't really addressing. The Dark Pictures Anthology games are short. I will likely beat The Devil in Me within, say, 7-8 hours. I'll beat it over the weekend for sure. Okay? Pokemon is a 40-plus hour minimum game. You're talking a game that in 3-hour increments that I would play it on streams would take me at least 2-3 weeks to a month to beat. How do you even see that as a comparison? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I do. But does it make sense to take on a 40-plus hour minimum game when I'm playing Sonic Frontiers, God of War Ragnarok, trying to finish Gotham Knights, playing Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer? We've got The Devil in Me, and then we've got next week Evil West. Oh, by the way, next week we got my Thanksgiving Day special of Ask the King. Oh, by the way, the day after we've got the Black Friday advertisement special. You know what I mean? Like, we got all this stuff coming up. Is it really time to start adding 40-plus hour games to the rotation? I don't think so. Just being honest. And it's funny because some people are like, oh, you're missing out. Oh, you're making a bad choice. I'm not missing out. I'm playing it. I told you guys I'm playing it. No, really, I'm playing it. Just not on release. It doesn't make sense to start it now. It would actually be detrimental to the playthrough if I start it now and I can only play it like once or twice a week tops when it's a game that's that long. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes no sense at all what people are saying. And the funny part about this, all right, is that yesterday, I read an email to you guys. Well, I paraphrased an email to you guys from a fan that basically said, at this point, you need to really start picking and choosing the games you play, and you shouldn't even be playing that many new releases because those aren't games that really appeal to your audience. If you take a look at your audience, you have a dedicated fan base of viewers who like what you do because it's you. And then you can pick and choose what games you play, and usually that dedicated fan base of viewers will watch anyway, no matter what you're doing. Now, yes, it's true that you may get some inflated attention when you play a game like the Street Fighter 6 beta or something like that. But in general, DSP Gaming these days is a channel for a set group of people as opposed to a channel that's for the masses and they're coming in droves when I play new releases. That doesn't happen. I completely agree. Take a look at God of War Ragnarok right now. Here's a game, it's the hottest game right now in the world. Everyone's playing it. Everyone is talking about it. All right. My playthrough currently right now, part 1 of the playthrough has 5,500 views. Part 2 has around 3,000 views. And then it trails off down to 1,000. And then the latest parts from the other day don't even have like 500. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. These playthroughs don't bring in attention anymore. I agree with you. My channel is not popular like it used to be. The thing is, I'm happy. All right? Because here's why. I know that I have around 5,000 people on this planet who like me and like the content I put out. And I know that those people support me. They like the content. What it is now is, it used to be back in the day, you make content, you throw it out on the internet, and you hope that the masses will devour it. And if they devour it, you make money, right? That's not what it is anymore. Now, you make content, curated content, for a specific audience who already likes what you're doing, and then they support that effort to continue keep it going. You see what I'm saying? If I were a common YouTuber just trying to appeal to the masses, I would make content, and then there'd be ad placements, there'd be all kinds of sponsorships, there'd be this and that. I'd be trying to diversify the content. If you haven't noticed, I don't do that. It's because I'm very different from all those other guys and gals out there. I'm not trying to make it big. I'm not aspiring to be any bigger or more popular than I am. I don't think I ever will be at this point. I'm just being real with you now. I don't think so. I don't think this channel will ever see any kind of crazy exponential growth or go viral ever again. I think what we'll see is every once in a while, some slow growth. Okay? And that's good. And then every once in a while, you got people who come by and support the content in big ways. And that's good. And that's enough. That's enough for me. You understand? So I'm happy with that. So, yeah, maybe people are right when they say things like, you don't need to cover all the new releases and stuff anymore, right? Just pick and choose the kind of stuff that you want to do, and your followers will enjoy it. And maybe every once in a while, poll your followers and viewers and see what they want, and maybe you choose that way too, right? And I hear you. Maybe that does make sense. Maybe I am playing too many games. Maybe next week I shouldn't play Evil West, right? Maybe we skip Evil West and we do Pokemon next week. We could do that. If that's what you really want, because it seems like people actually are genuinely upset I'm not playing Pokemon on Friday. If you guys just want me to say, forget Evil West, skip it, and instead start up Pokemon, and then we'll be doing God of War, Pokemon, Sonic Frontiers with Modern Warfare 2 at nights, I'd be okay with that. Okay? But let's see what happens. What I need to do is gauge what you guys are saying and judge that way. If that's really what you want, I'm down for that. Because it seems like a lot of people are screaming for me now to do Pokemon, and they're upset that I'm not doing it right away. And if that's the case, we could do a swap. And I'm okay with that. But please understand that I'm doing my best to try to balance everything. And it's very difficult. Because ultimately, no matter what I do, there will be disappointed fans. You know that, right? Like, no matter what I play, there's going to be people who are like, man, he didn't play the game that I was looking for. And it's like, I'm sorry about that. I am. I wish, again, at this time of the year, I say this every year. I wish I could clone myself. I wish that there were two Phils. And one Phil could sit here and play the big hype releases. So one Phil would be sitting here playing God of War Ragnarok and Modern Warfare 2. And then the other Phil would play the games that are more catered towards a dedicated fan base, like Pokemon or you know, Sonic Frontiers or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could, but I'm only one man. Cloning hasn't been invented yet. Maybe one day we'll have a clone of Phil to do that work. We'll see. That is true. Legolas says, then you need a third clone, so that clone could actually spend time with your family. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Because that's the other thing. I'm here. You guys may not realize it. I'm here 6 days a week full time. 6 days a week. I have 1 day off a week to spend with my wife, which half the day is usually errands. Like this Wednesday. This Wednesday, we are going to be literally driving around all day long. Appointment to appointment, grocery shopping, doing this, doing that. Then come home all exhausted. That's our day off. That's supposed to be our day together. Right? Wow. That's my life. So it is what it is. So let's see what happens. And if this is the case, if this is the conversation we're having, and if you guys feel that Pokemon makes more sense than Evil West, then we could do that. Maybe that's what we'll do next week instead. All right? But I definitely want to tell you, we need to beat The Devil in Me first, and we got to finish Gotham Knights. Let's finish both of those up, so that way I'm only juggling Sonic Frontiers and God of War, and then maybe we'll, start up with Pokemon this week. Fair enough? Now,